Then he said that they came to meet a certain energy sector debt and they raised $1 billion to pay it. You see, these people must learn to read. The days where they could get away with barefaced lies are over. The internet doesn't forget. Alfred, you know this. That when we were leaving office, the energy sector was indebted to the tune of billions. And we call those debt legacy debts for a reason. Why do we call it legacy debts? Because it is debt that has accumulated over the reign or the tenure of successive governments. So we call it legacy debt in the power sector, which was crippling the banking sector. So the visionary John Mahama decided not to dabble in excuses. He took responsibility and said, I'll fix it, and introduced what is called the Energy Sector Levies Act, ESLA. And said Ghanaians should pay ESLA for a period of 5 years so that we can get money to pay that debt so that the banking and financial sector, which was struggling as a result of that debt, could rebound. And indeed, he brought it. In opposition, they said it was a nuisance tax. And that when they come, they will scrap it. So that energy sector debt he talks about was debt that Mahama himself also came to meet and added on, but introduced ESLA to solve. And today, ESLA has accumulated over 40 billion, which could have cleared that debt. But they have chopped the money. And so the debt is increasing. And that is why every day, every now and then, you see WAPCO threatening us, Asogli, threatening to shut down. And then we go and pay a few $1 million. Now look at the story. April 21, 2017. April 21, 2017. They had been in government for barely 4 months. Government to issue 15-year bond to clear $2.4 billion energy debt. This story is attributed to Bawumia. Government has announced plans to issue 15-year bond to settle all outstanding debts in the energy sector. The move is also aimed at improving financial strength of the state-owned enterprises. Vice President Dr. Bawumia disclosed this when he addressed a session at the ongoing spring meetings in Washington. If you read the story, Bawumia himself said this, that there is a $2.4 billion debt that is hanging over the neck of state-owned enterprises. What we are going to do is to issue a 15-year long-term bond to deal with the debt. Dr. Bawumia added, what we will do is that we will have one bond which will take off all those liabilities, and government will service those bonds, listen, with the ESLA revenues. Liar like you. Who introduced ESLA?
Alfred.
Who introduced ESLA? When Bawumia in April 2017 was saying, I will use ESLA that Mahama gave us. I will collateralize receipts from ESLA and use the money to pay the debt. So he issued this bond, extending the duration of ESLA, which they called nuisance tax and promised to scrap. They extended it, hypocrites, from 5 years to 15 years, took the $2.4 billion, they didn't pay the debt, and chopped the money. And you have the effrontery to talk about energy sector debt.